Nintendo. Dear Nintendo, it's time to get serious. This is my personal list of what I think Nintendo should do to get themselves back on the top. The tone of this video is going to be me speaking to Nintendo, but please let me know what you agree with or disagree with down in the comment section below. Without any further ado, let's get into it. There was a point in time where Nintendo ruled. Sony and Microsoft were merely Nintendo's doormat. Sony even went out of their way to create a jealousy commercial involving Crash Bandicoot going up to the Nintendo headquarters.
Hey, plumber boy, mustache man, your worst nightmare has arrived.
Pack up your stuff. I got a little surprise for you here. Check it out. What do you think about that? We got real-time 3D.
The commercial was satirical and clearly fit the theme of Crash Bandicoot trailers for the time being, but it still represented the power dynamics between Nintendo and Sony. Nintendo is actually the reason why the PlayStation exists. Nintendo tasked Sony with making an N64 with a disk drive, but Nintendo later abandoned the project, and Sony, feeling as though they had come up with something, turned the project into what we now know as the PlayStation. Now, 4 consoles later, and the PlayStation currently runs supreme within the gaming world. This wasn't always the case, however. After the PlayStation released, Sony and Nintendo were constantly in competition with each other, releasing some of the highest selling consoles around the same time. But then, after the Wii U came out, Nintendo fell completely off, and they hit the ground hard. The once irrelevant gaming company, Microsoft, was put ahead of them, taking Nintendo's place as Sony's main competition, which is still currently the case. And to all the Xbox gamers who just got mad, listen, Sony made 5 of the top 10 highest selling consoles of all time. Nintendo made 4. All right? You guys made 1. Sit out for this one, all right? Just out of your league. Completely out of your league, all right? Just sit this one out, all right? In conclusion, the Wii U was Nintendo's first HD system and had a gamepad with a screen. This meant that you could play on the television or the gamepad while someone else was watching the television. And those two things were really the only things going for the Wii U. It's okay. It's all right. It's Nintendo's fault. It's Nintendo's fault. It's not yours. It's not your fault. So we're going to get that dust brushed off you, okay? It's all right. I know. I'm going to put you down now, all right? I don't randomly talk to my consoles and my sexy ass PC as if they're people, when no one else is around. Trust me. All in all, the Wii U made Nintendo look like a sheepish company. With Wii U funds, Nintendo made the Switch. Now, the Switch put Nintendo out of the hole that they dug themselves in. No one talks about the Wii U the way the Switch, Xbox, PS4, and the PS5 is spoken about. Now, listen, Nintendo did a good job with past the Xbox One in lifetime sales while only being out for half the time. But for reasons that we'll get into later in this video, we are going to have to start looking at what Nintendo is going to bring us next. Now listen, the Switch is $300. It had 30 gigs of RAM and runs at 1080p at the max. This is, again, a good use of Wii U funds, but imagine how much better the Switch would be with PS4 specs and capabilities. Now let's get into my raw opinions. Firstly, we'll go over the things that should never happen again. Anything below 1440p and 60 frames per second. 108 out of the 214 million television units that were sold in 2019 were a 4K display. With your competition pushing the specs limit as far as consoles go, it's imperative that you come up with a product that is at least slightly stronger than the Xbox One X and or the PS4 Pro. Even the new third-party games that are coming out are beginning to fit that agenda. And if the Switch can't run it, then trust me, sales. It doesn't have to be as strong as the PS5 and or the Series X, but it will be a turnoff if anything is weaker than what I had previously mentioned. It's time to stop putting performance cutbacks on games just so it can run on your system. It's a huge turnoff for me and many other players. I mean, have you seen Fortnite on the Switch? Every non-exclusive AAA title released on your platform just feels like a second option. We'll stop using excuses and we'll start making systems and games for all players. I'm personally in the middle. I'm not gonna cry if I have to play Doom 4 at 30 frames per second and a little bit of input delay, but I can also tell you that a casual gamer will not complain if they can play a game in 4K and above 60 frames per second. I would love to see Mario in that light. You use that Nintendo Switch money to buy some real material, not some janky, tiny Joy-Cons with overhyped rumble that actually feels like complete garbage. Since we are making a game for all players, we have the Joy-Cons and Pro Controller Dynamic, which is a smaller controller for casual gamers or maybe younger gamers, and like a real controller for us hardcore gamers. Now, that's just an idea. That's not like what I want to be at the top of priority for this video. That's just an idea. Just throwing that out there. Now let's go over some game ideas. A huge turnoff and one of the two reasons as to why I didn't buy either of the new consoles from Sony and Microsoft were the lineup of games. I know I don't have to worry about this since it is Nintendo and they do make the best games. I'll make separate videos for all of these games that I'm going to throw out there, but let's just go over some potential names. Splatoon 3. A brand new Super Smash Bros. Should launch on this next console, and it should also put Nintendo into the competitive scene, as well as Splatoon 3. We saw them try to do this with Splatoon 2, but I mean, just a lack of proper implementation, like just pure incompetence on Nintendo's behalf, like just completely failed. I mean, like, our expectations were huge, bro. Huge. Splatoon 2 as an esport? Come on, man. You're not going to cancel tournaments for petty reasons. In fact, we're going to be more professional in combating bad ethics. Not only will you properly address said situations, we will give community members no reasons to make harmless mods, for you should be doing these things already. The PS5 and series had lots of launch games, but they were almost all available for their previous consoles. This can't be the case for the new Nintendo console. Let's have like a new Mario game, whether it be like New Super Mario Bros. Deluxe's sequel, whatever the thing is, or like New Super Mario Odyssey 2, you know what I'm saying? Or what I have listed here, Breath of the Wild 2, you know what I'm saying? It looks like it's going to come out or at least be announced 2021. Late this year maybe, but I mean, let's have them on both systems. Run it on the Switch and then like just make it run on the oh my gosh, imagine Breath of the Wild and Breath of the Wild 2 on this new system. No cutbacks have to be made. Like, just imagine how beautiful that would be. Mario Kart 9. I mean, if you make those three titles available at launch, no one is fucking with this new console, bro. No one or nothing. I'm just saying. Let's get backwards compatibility and third-party games at launch. You know, like the new Call of Duty. Although that new Call of Duty, I don't have much faith in COD. But hey, this is not the time or place. Maybe Warzone, maybe Fortnite, which I also don't have any faith. Okay, all right, my bad. The Doom games, maybe some EA sports games like 2K, FIFA. You know, I'm not too big on those games, but you know, Animal Crossing, another Animal Crossing, or New Horizons. I don't know. Breath of the Wild and Mario Kart 8 should, you know, also be backwards compatible for this new system. Mortal Kombat, Minecraft is a staple game, you know. It needs to be on every platform. Age of Calamity and Super Smash Ultimate, you know what I'm saying? Just like giving examples, you know, you get the idea, so on and so forth. A full version of Bowser's Fury, you know what I'm saying? Like not like the 3-6 hour content version, you know, like a full game. I don't know. That might be a good idea to put on the new system. Just saying. If Nintendo had all these third-party titles, as well as crushing it with their own first-party titles, and the games ran well and looked beautiful, they could legit put Sony and Microsoft out of console business. I mean, Nintendo is killing it with the indie games. Imagine if they all ran smoothly. I mean, think of it like this. If Nintendo had pretty much all of the major third-party games that the other consoles have, and it ran smoothly, and Nintendo came out with some more first-party bangers like they already do, there would literally be no other reason to buy another console. Except for one crutch, the social system. Nintendo, this new console, will need to get some sort of system that has party functionality. I should be able to go to the home screen, click on an icon, and invite people on my friends list. We should be able to speak that way, not through an app that can't even close. I mean, who ever thought of that? Really? If your target demographic is from people ages 15 to 30, or something around that age, based on every single article and source that I looked up, why can't we party up? There's no need to protect the 8-year-olds that play Splatoon 2, because it was reported that most Splatoon 2 players were like teenagers and adults, and more Switch players are like adults. I feel like there are more adult or teen adult Switch players than there are children that play the Switch. Like, you can cater to everybody, and that's what makes Nintendo special. Not making cutbacks for one. Come on, bro. Come on. Every game that has multiplayer needs a chat system. Splatoon 2. Also, make a console where we can stream games, preferably. This, again, isn't high priority, but it would be beautiful. YouTube and Twitch. I mean, why does Breath of the Wild, a massive game, has 3,000 viewers on Twitch? Really? I mean, how much did this game sell for? Breath of the Wild sales. 3 million copies in Europe and 4.5 million in North America. So almost 10 million people bought this game, and it only has 3,000 concurrent viewers on Twitch. Or even worse, Splatoon 2, which is at 600. That game sold, what? Over 10 million copies as of, what? December 2020. 12 million copies, rounded up. 12 million copies. And there are 600 people on Twitch watching the game? Come on. Don't you want to show off your games? The more exposure, the better, right? How about we take a look at your most popular game? Mario Kart 8 has 3,500 viewers. Currently, 2,500 of those viewers are coming off of one person. And out of the 30 million people that bought that game, only 3,500 people are watching it on Twitch. Oh, wait. Yeah, that might be because the Switch makes streaming their games very difficult. You might even need another platform, which costs upwards of maybe $1,000, you know? At least. I mean, a good PC is what? Yeah, at least $1,000. It'll make sharing your games like a lot easier, and it will give a lot of incentive to share it if it would just came straight off the platform. And one more thing, not having a social feature on the game makes utilizing game features much harder. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is private games. Splatoon 2 is private matches. I mean, again, you would have to use an outside source to even find out if someone wants to play the game with you. Please stop making us wear 2 different headsets simultaneously. Now let's get into the online features. I believe it is appropriate to talk about the features that Nintendo should include in their online services. Let's see what's currently on there. Multiplayer, cloud saving, voice chat via a smartphone app? What? And Nintendo Entertainment System games. All right, Nintendo. Like, you're a bit new at this, so let's learn. I'm just looking through this article and I'm dying. It's an independent article, but that doesn't make it propaganda. It actually highlights the fact that someone was willing to make an entire article dedicated to how poor the current system of Nintendo Switch Online is. All right, let's see. So for one, we obviously need a voice chat system built into the console. You can make this exclusive to people who have the online service. That's fine. That way, like, you are eliminating the kids who are like randomly, you know, I'm going to be talking on to random people. I don't know. But anyways, a 16-year-old console, the Xbox 360, had built-in voice chat. Also, we need some classics. We don't need all these janky SNES, NES selection with like, what, 3 standout titles? I mean, I still have the Wii. Would you guys be so kind to put New Super Mario Bros. Wii on the new console? This could be achieved through like Virtual Console, which you'll hear a lot of people complain about. I know they have the Wii name attached to it, but like New Super Mario Bros. U had the Wii U name attached to it, and it's on the Switch right now. Maybe it's a stretch, but I mean, can we please put some Wii/Wii U titles online? Nintendo Land with online multiplayer? Bro. Even Nintendo DS games like Mario Kart 7. I mean, I'm just saying. We can use some newer, older games on this new console for the online service, of course. Think about it. If you put more of those classic games on the new system, not only would it give people more of an incentive to buy the console, but to purchase the online system. So we have online, a newest selection of games to online. Now what? How about some discounts for the eShop? I mean, Breath of the Wild, Splatoon 2, Mario Maker 2, all these fantastic games come on discounts. But I mean, you should make those discounts available to those who have Nintendo Switch online only. From a business perspective, it gives you even more incentive to buy these main Nintendo Switch first party titles. You know, like, Breath of the Wild is $60, but if I buy this $60 or maybe $20, I don't know what they're gonna do it. Probably $60 for the new system. Let's just say 60. Maybe if I spend $60 for the entire year on the subscription, I can get Breath of the Wild at $40, Mario Maker 2 at $40, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe for $40. Man, that sounds like a pretty good deal. And there you go. You got more money in your pocket. See? You know, everything else like cloud saving for online games and whatnot. I mean, this seems unrealistic, but I mean, above everything else, we need to have a voice chat put into the system, period. Finally, what will this new Nintendo Switch system look like? I'm going to leave this to Nintendo because I know that they're very innovative, but marketing and branding is very important. We don't want to see a new system pull a Wii U. Maybe we can have an LED Pro controller with LED lights outlining it. Then the handles of the controller can be pulled out, which would make these little Joy-Cons. And then this controller can fit in the back of a box-like system. The box itself is foldable, sort of like a laptop. When it is foldable, it will be in a box where you can play it on a television. And when it is folded, it will have a screen on the inside, making it portable. Maybe 2022, 2023 for the release, but let's see what Nintendo will bring to the table. Again, if you guys enjoyed the video, let me know down in the comments below. Make sure you check out my Twitch. If you aren't following my Twitch channel, you're missing out, and vice versa. That's what I told my Twitch viewers. I'm like, yo, go see the new videos that's coming out. But anyways, I am very excited to make like Mario Maker 3, Mario Kart 9, you know, Breath of the Wild 2, what I think those games should be comprised of. But hey, let me know if you enjoy these types of videos. E.g., Ainuma isn't going to look at this video and go like, oh, yes, he's right. But, you know, maybe some, you know, outlier Nintendo employee, you know. I'll see you guys on a previous video that I just posted, you know. Just go back on my channel and click on a video. I'll see you there, all right?